Is that shot cool? Because my arm's getting kind of tired of holding my camera, so. Okay, part one, shelves. Now, as a filmmaker, I mean, I often see on YouTube, like, other channels have these awesome setups where their cameras are all laid out nicely, and I never had one of those. I travel a lot, and I never put that much love into my own personal space. But now, me and my girlfriend, who, to be honest, a lot of this idea was hers, we came up with this new open shelf area that's completely transformed the workspace. First of all, the fun thing about a DIY project is you can really customize it however you want it to be. So we had some fun like making the layouts and cutting the wood and sizing the wood and just figuring out exactly how much space each of us needed. And all things considered, it wasn't that expensive. Supplies, tools, tax, everything was about $400 Canadian, which I mean is a bit more than I would have spent, but I'm also notoriously cheap with house stuff. Nari says it's pretty affordable compared to other options out there. But I gotta admit, like, even though I was skeptical at the beginning, I think it turned out great. I think it looks very, very cool. And most importantly, it makes good use of the high ceiling. We have limited floor space in this apartment, but we have a high ceiling. So if you're someone like that, I think this is a great option. If you're getting to that point where you're thinking it looks pretty good, but something is missing, plants. The answer is plants. The answer is always plants. So yeah, pretty cool, right? I mean, we'd never done a large-scale DIY project like this. I mean, it's not large scale. It's like a couple of days work. But you know, we did it. We built it. I think it turned out cool. So if you're someone who is not like super experienced on DIY and sees that and is like, oh, I don't build stuff, I can't do that. Trust me, you can do it. We did it. You can do it too. $999,000. Part two, the desk. Standing desk. It says standing desk. I got a standing desk. Okay, so chances are you already know what a standing desk is and why it's kind of awesome, but just in case you don't, bear with me for a minute. I first used a standing desk at a job I worked about 5 years ago. It was a tech company, and actually it wasn't even my standing desk because I was like an intern at this place. But I just got to use someone else's standing desk occasionally. And once you get used to it, it's a total game changer. Not only is it nice to not be sitting on your butt for 8 hours a day, it just changes your interaction with the work. Like when I'm doing something like video editing, it's really nice to have a big screen in front of you and just take a couple steps back and stand and look at it at eye level. It changes your relationship with the work you're doing. It makes it, I don't know, it just makes it fun. So when I realized in 2020 how much time I'd be spending at home, I immediately started looking at standing desks. And I found this company called Autonomous that makes these really cool desks. And I reached out to them. I asked if they wanted to collaborate on something. And they sent me this desk to talk about on this channel. So beyond that, like nothing has been decided. They have no control over what I'm saying in this video or any of this stuff. But wanted to be totally transparent about the fact that I got that for free. And it's because of you guys watching this channel that I'm able to do stuff like that. So thank you. Control box. I've never had a desk with a control box before. Your guess is as good as mine. So there's a few things about this desk that I really love. One is it has customized like presets for the height. So again, I live here with my girlfriend, Nari, and we're different sizes. We have different heights that we like the desk to be at. This has 4 presets, which allows both of us to have a standing position and a sitting position. Of course, you don't have to use the presets. You can just nudge it up or nudge it down whenever you like. And yeah, in terms of functionality, it works great. I went for the bamboo top with the black bottom, but there are different color schemes you can play around with. I think this is a really clean look that complements the wall setup that we have. This little guy in the corner is something I picked up from IKEA for about 10 bucks. It allows me to have some USB plugs that are right on the table. Super clean look. And to keep things clean, I also have a little metal insert. I don't know what to call this thing, but it came with the autonomous desk. There's actually 2 of these that come with the desk. So if you want to keep a nice clean look for your cables, that is very easy to do. Oh yeah, this is probably a good time to work on the cable situation. I probably should have done that before I started this video. It's one of those things you don't really notice until you're making a video sharing it with the world, and then it's like the only thing you notice. Anyway, built in with the autonomous desk packaging were a bunch of these things, which there's actually a ton of them. I'm sure this is like way more than I need, but these will allow me to tie up the cables. Okay. Yeah. If you guys don't know, I'm like 6'4". I'm a fairly tall person. And this desk is high enough for me. So if you are a tall person and you're wondering how high it can go, this is me standing at the standing desk, and it's, you know, it does the trick. Of course, I have noticed that it's nice to have the desktop screen slightly higher than the laptop you're working on. So I started to look at replacements for my old friend, the shoebox. And I went on Amazon and I was looking at all the desktop stands that I could find. But for whatever reason, none of them just felt right. Until I found the solution, which was right under my nose the whole time. It's the shoebox. Not sponsored by Blundstone. Though they do make pretty good boots. But they have no idea who I am. Yeah, I mean, this is just, for me, okay, it might look kind of funny to some of you guys, especially if you're watching all these like super professional desk ultimate setup videos. But for me, this actually works very well, and it can slide evenly across the surface without worrying about, why am I sliding it on my shoulder as if you don't know what a sliding box looks like. What I realized while making this desk setup video is, if you get in the mode of trying to make the ultimate desk and the ultimate work from home station, you're seeing all these recommended products. You're like, oh, I can get this, I can get this, I can get this. But before you know it, you're actually trying to solve problems that don't exist. And what I realized is, I actually don't have a problem with my desktop stand. It just does everything I need it to do. And so I decided to keep the shoebox. I could try and say something philosophical about how it keeps me down to earth, it keeps me grounded, it reminds me where I came from. But the truth is, it just does the trick. And that's really all I need a desktop stand to do. So my big piece of advice for you guys at home making your own work from home stations is, identify the problems you have to solve and find the products that can solve those problems. We built our own shelf because we had all this extra stuff that we wanted to store. We wanted something visually appealing that made good use of the high ceiling, and this was the solution. I wanted a desk that was not only like well built, but customizable in terms of the heights, and just somewhere that made me like happy to be working at home. And the Smart Desk by Autonomous definitely did that for me. But don't find yourself in that loop of watching endless YouTube videos and feeling like your own setup is never enough and you gotta buy all these different things that you can't afford. Buy the things that you need to solve the problems that you have. And on that note, I still have the problem of wanting my coffee cup close to my workstation because I'm very addicted to coffee and I drink like 6 cups a day. But I don't want my coffee or beer to be staining my brand new table, and so I solved that problem by buying these beautiful, timeless, $5 cat coasters. And that, my friends, is how you solve a problem that you actually have instead of just making up new problems. And yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope I didn't throw you off too much by switching from nighttime to daytime. Unfortunately, I live in Canada and it's the end of November, which means that basically I wake up, I have a shower, I have breakfast, I have a coffee, and then it's dark out. So that's cool. If you guys have any specific questions, let me know. I'll try to answer. Oh, and by the way, almost forgot to do one thing. Oh, this is the most satisfying part of any new purchase. And that, my friends, is why we watch tech videos on YouTube.